Flesh Made Fear is a clear love letter to 90s survival horrors like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and when I first discovered what kind of game it was, it had my instant attention, which is why I'm pretty bummed that it's as much of a battle against monsters and evil as it is a battle against frustration. Let's take a look.
Oh man, look at this mess. Total mayhem.
Priced at $20 with a playtime of around 6 to 8 hours, Flesh Made Fear is a retro survival horror game about a squad that's sent to a place to do a thing and stop a guy. It hits the mark in some places but misses many others. While it goes for that old PlayStation 1 look, it looks good at times but just doesn't quite land, especially with overly contrasted lighting and an optional CRT filter that's just not practical at all.
How incredibly inconvenient.
Never really gave me a good reason to care about the story or the characters in any meaningful way either.
Natalie, are you okay?
Especially when the games it draws its influences from have always been so strong in that area. I love the old tank controls and the idea of old school game systems, but when it comes to game design that includes collecting items, crafting, and inventory management, there's much to be desired when compared to the golden oldies. Despite throwbacks to older games, the level design isn't as smart as it needs to be for this sort of game either, and that goes for the puzzles as well. There's no real scares to write home about, and no real good use of the fixed camera angles that were weaponized to such a terrifying degree by the creators of Resi and Silent Hill back in the day. An unfortunate lack of tension in combat and when exploring also means that it can sometimes feel a bit boring to get around. And when paired with the weird camera angles and a map that doesn't show you which way you're facing, it's quite easy to end up running around lost and frustrated as you try to make your way to a point on the map.
Round 1. Fight! Flawless victory.
Combat feels like it's lacking in impact as well, and there's none of that great urgency and tension you get from games like Resident Evil when you're trying to hit a slow-moving zombie as it shambles towards you, or the way you pucker up your butt cheeks as you barely manage to squeeze past an enemy. Taking damage was also wildly inconsistent, often leaving me injured when I thought I'd not been touched, or having barely taken any damage after it seemed like I got pretty ripped up by enemies. To make it worse, I had a bug now and then that caused bandages to get consumed but not actually heal me, and that's not great for a survival horror.
You sit on a throne of lies.
It may sound like I'm just dunking on the game, but there's still a serviceable game here, and one that some might enjoy more than others. But as a retro survival horror game promising a very specific kind of experience to a pretty specific audience, I felt like it's not more, but rather less than the sum of its parts.
You're not wrong. This whole area feels like it's dead.
I was really rooting for Flesh Made Fear, and to be honest, it's mostly kind of fine, but when all the ingredients were there to deliver something quite special, it was a disappointment over the course of the game to slowly start realizing that it was actually starting to feel like kind of a slog.
You aren't really considering this, are you?
So I can't really say I recommend it, but it's only $20 new, so if you wait for a bit of a sale, you can pick it up if you're curious at relatively low risk. So tell me, what was the first survival horror game you ever played that really made you damn near crap your pants? I will never, ever forgive Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation for that liquor coming through that interrogation room window. So tell me, what's yours? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.